Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my first impressions on the TwoSun TS301. I'm pretty sure after doing some research that that's what this guy is right here. I really like aspects of this knife, and there's other aspects of it that I don't care for all that much. So it's kind of an interesting scenario for me. So this was loaned in to me by Jared Neve from Neve's Knives. He's a good buddy at this point, and we've sent some knives back and forth. Just sent him a big package of stuff. That hopefully he'll be getting that soon, and you shall be able to check it out. I don't think he's reviewed any Finch knives, so I sent him all of them because I have the whole Finch's nest. So that should be good. Hopefully, if he has, then I'm wrong. But I searched Finch and could not find a single Neve's Knives video, and then searched Finch Neve's and found nothing. So that tells me they're not out there, because his videos are always usually at the top of the list when searching. But anyway, thank you to Jared. This is in natural micarta with carbon fiber bolsters. I really dig that. It's an interesting combo, something different. There's also titanium all around, as well as, you know, the scales are titanium, or the liners, I guess you'd call it. And then the scales are micarta and carbon fiber. It's really cool. You have a 14C 28N blade, which is perfectly acceptable, and actually it's good. Yeah, I'd prefer M390, but this is a very good steel. You have a kind of trailing point, clip point type blade, which is not my preference. That's one of the things I don't like about this. It does come with thumb studs, and then it has this very interesting lock. I guess I'd call it I want to call it a bolster lock, but it also is kind of a sub-frame lock and also a frame lock. So like a liner lock. I don't know. It's everything. But the key thing here is the lock does not interfere with which handed you are. So if you're left-handed, you can grip it however you want, and of course it's right-handed. You have to close it that way, but there's no lock bar pressure stuff going on. So you can flick this, reverse flick, so easily, and if you're right-handed, you have no problems doing a thumb flick, even with your fingers over here on what would be the lock bar. So that's really cool. It does have a little bit of an issue with lock bar access. It's kind of weird. There's no cutout or anything that I can see. Doesn't stick up or anything, so you kind of just dig your thumb in, and it works. It's just kind of like, it's one of those where you're like, did I get it? And yes, you did, but like you don't realize it. It's kind of a feel thing for me. And left-handed, it's more awkward. You got to like get into this little crevice and shove it over, and it works. It's just a little bit awkward in my opinion. And there's also kind of a hump right at that point where you're going to access it, so you're kind of pushing on that hump sometimes. The action on this knife is phenomenal. They nailed the detent. It is rather, I guess it's like a medium detent, but for thumb studs, that's good. A lot of times companies go light on detent for thumb studs, but I feel like they really nailed it on this knife. I cannot complain about the detent on it. And then the closing action is really good. I did see a knife similar to this on White Mountain Knives. That's a TwoSun, and it wasn't the same. I wish it had the same scales with micarta and carbon fiber, but it had more of a drop point blade. And it was very similar overall build. And I might be looking into that guy, because I really like the action on this knife. I like a lot about this knife. Almost everything, actually, except for that trailing point blade. I just don't like a blade like that. And my reasoning for that is I cut out a lot of shipping labels. And that's the main thing I do with knives. Open packages of more knives and cut out shipping labels, because I ship shit all the time. I do giveaways once or twice a week, so I'm sending those. All the loaners I get in, I obviously send back out. I sell knives all the time. I loan knives out to people, on top of sending out swag and stuff like that. And soon I'm going to be shipping out a bunch of t-shirts, and there's a lot of labels, right? And you have to get really vertical here to use this tip, unless you want to like force the belly in and then get the tip in, but you're going to be up here. Sorry, it's hard to show you. You're going to be like all the way up here with the knife in order to interact with that tip onto the paper, right? Whereas a knife like, say, the Malibu here with the reverse Tanto slash sort of Warren Cliff style, that tip is already right there when I'm at this angle, as opposed to this, right? It's just way more comfortable, way easier to get into that cut. And then if you take something like a drop point, here's my field duty. Again, I'm getting to that tip much quicker and a more comfortable angle than I am when I use this guy. Yes, you probably could just utilize that belly and slice through. I haven't really tried that, but so that's my main reasoning for not liking a trail point. Now, I am a bit of a hypocrite because I do like clip points a lot. So like I don't have it here, I just sent it to Kyle, but my Pena Lanny front flipper is a Lanny's clip point, and for some reason I don't mind it on that. So I won't lie that I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. So there's that. Cutting wise, 14C 28N. I can't say whether Jared tuned this up, but the edge is very, very good. Right from the end of the edge to the tip of the edge, it is very slicey, very good edge on this guy. Again, you can see how it kind of falls off there, and that's because of that trailing point. You end up in that belly, and then the blade kind of like slips out of there for me. So another reason I'm not a big fan of this blade shape. The closing action on this is exceptional. Basically drop shut. If they made one of these in a drop point, I would buy it. Or if they did a Tanto with a compound grind, you know, I would want that. I would buy one of these in a friggin' heartbeat. This thing is so cool. And I do love whatever this is. I don't know. That's how they got the insert in there and maybe an over travel stop. They use those two screws to get in there and keep it as like a liner lock. They've been doing a lot of that at TwoSun, liner locks and this kind of stuff. And I can honestly say I appreciate it very much. I do wish that they would just start offering reversible clips. They have such an opportunity here at TwoSun to just add the cutout. I mean, that's all they'd have to do is add a cutout here, and then you could flip everything, and it would be perfect. You could have the reversible clip, and you could have the easy manipulation as a lefty. So I really implore TwoSun to start adding reversible clips. I don't think that many people will care about you messing up the show side with a little cutout here, or just make a little micarta filler tab or something. I don't know. You could easily do that. I'm telling you. And we would all appreciate it. All of us. Even the righties, I think, would appreciate it a little bit. But yeah, this knife is really cool. Very ergonomic. It fits in my hand very well. Fills the hand out. It's a little beefy, I guess. It's not really thick or anything, but it fills the hand. It feels really good in the hand. Jimping is exceptional. I'm impressed, and I love the satin finish. I'm a satin whore, so just overall a really good clip as well. They just did a great job on this knife. Just that blade shape for me is the only thing, and you know, reversible clip, but I can't really ding them for that at this point. Love the action, and really glad that Jared sent this my way. So that's the TwoSun TS301, I believe. And yeah, so I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll follow up with a full review on this guy in a few days or a week, and we'll go from there. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.